Okay. Sorry, I did a bunch of jumping jacks before to get hyped up, and I should probably just restart the video. Okay, whatever. I'll just get into it. Hi, YouTube. I hope you're enjoying your holiday season as much as I am. Whether you be from Afghanistan or Malaysia, I'm sure that you'll be buying lots and lots of plastic radios and possibly SUVs, plasma screens, and dolls this season. But if we can just take a minute to talk about an issue that does affect us here in the imperialist heartlands: bullying. Recently, I uploaded a video to YouTube where I was testing out some of my comedy routine for a local comedy open mic night. Now, as you can expect, the internet can be a pretty brutal place where you can get called all kinds of offensive slurs. The worst that can happen to me was that I sent my video to someone that I thought is a respected, established YouTube comedy genius, and in my words, quote me on that, and they were not as silly as you would imagine them to be. They were actually they were a very serious man, and they had some fair points to make about some of the material in my last video, but that doesn't even matter, because like I said, you gotta be writing new stuff all the time. You think that's the best I got? Alright, airplanes. Not airplane food. Airplanes. Imagine there's a cow. One of the complaints was that my last video was too meta. I'm just going to take a quick aside, though. The last video, he said, well, it was a fair criticism, actually. They said I was spending too much time talking about things that are surrounding the humor and the comedy and the stand-up act, and I was sucking all the life out of it, making it like a wet paper bag, because you talk about it too much. There's not enough punchlines, not enough pizzazz. I'll tell you, I can write a punchline with the best of them. You're on an airplane. If you set up the premise for a joke well enough, if you establish the basis of it, you go with the premise, you can't go wrong. Because if the premise is already funny, bunch of clowns riding a bicycle, 50 clowns, and they're all throwing pies at someone who's trying to run away from them. If you set that up, no matter where you take that, that's going to be comedy gold. But that's not even the joke. You're on a plane, you see a cow and a chicken, already great. But the drinks person, any gender, comes up the aisle, and they ask, what would you like? Cow orders, I want a beer. Have a beer. The duck orders water. Sure. She comes back, and then, oh fuck, how does it go? Oh, it was going so good too. It was a duck. It was a duck, and he says, "Put it on my bill." And then the cow says, think it over. It's okay. It's okay. You can just, the first thing that pops in your head, right? A cow says, take your time. Boo! A cow says boo. Halloween joke. Happy holidays. Because I'm going to be performing, because I decided to meet that challenge, and I'm going to be performing a special stand-up comedy routine live at Jimmy Jazz in Guelph on December the 11th, and I'm going to be uploading that to YouTube, and then we're going to see what well-known YouTubers think about that one. Signing off. I feel like there was one more. There's one more thing to be said about all of this. Oh yeah, this idea that that these fundamentals of comedy, pies falling in the face, clowns riding tricycles, that these images that are so classic in comedy for some reason should just be cast aside, because, and that I, come up with an original joke. Well, you know what, if you lose all structure, if you're not going to have any theory behind how your act's going to be structured, what's the nature of humor and live performance and how it works, it's just going to be a hodgepodge. So I don't think that there is any laugh or any tactic that is too cheap to be used, and I don't think there's anything that's too cheap to be used to get a laugh or to win the audience over to your side. So I am challenging the imperialist pig from the United States, Sam Hyde, to watch, not challenge because I know I'll come up worse, to watch my stand-up video on Tuesday and see what he thinks about if I can throw up punchlines with the best of them. Now I'm going to get a real crowd pleaser, Canada Dry, because that's my audience. I'm not even pandering to you States people. It's like the UK. It's like Doctor Who versus the American version of that they made. So I'm going to be the United States is inferior, and this Canada Dry. Can crush. Oh fuck! Ooh. Thanks for watching.